All right. Miosha, Miosha, can you please
Yes.
can you please read the stem? The stem for if you didn't know if you're not familiar with ASWB's language is just this part of the exam question. So please read the
Okay.
stem.
A couple met with a social worker for the first time because they are worried that their relationship is no fun. They say that when they have time alone, they are so caught up in day-to-day worries that they do not enjoy being together. To use a problem-solving short-term approach, what should the social worker suggest?
And actually, I'm gonna move this one to the main screen. Give me just a second. Let me switch. I don't want to have this one on. I want to change this setup. So just give me 1 second. I promise I'll bring it right back. Just want to be able to manipulate it a little better on the touch screen. Yeah. Thelma, you doing all right over there?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I can tell your voice is out because you are being real quiet, but that's all right.
This week I've been sick, but I still got to study. So
Well, I mean, you're sick, Neosha's sick, Megan's sick. Everybody's got the bug going on. You guys we gotta make sure we get everybody healthy around here. So y'all in the house. That's a good thing. It means you're in a place where you can rest, hopefully. All right. So Thelma, so I won't ask you to do too much talking here. Gloria, can you please read the ABCD choices for us?
A. A. Listing activities each would enjoy as a couple. B. Have no fun together until the next session. C. Planning an evening out together. D. Exploring the couple's family of origin issues.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let me also fix one more thing over here so I can see everybody. Okay, got it. Okay. All right. So Joseph, are you there? Looks like he stepped away. There you
I'm here.
go. All right. So Joseph, so one of the tools we use in our group is where we do like where we do highlighting, right? We highlight certain things in the stem. In the first sentence, if we're trying to figure out, something very important from the first sentence, can you give me at least one thing in the first sentence that's going to help us understand, what the social worker should suggest? Give us something in the first sentence to highlight.
The first sentence is made clear that this is their first time meeting with the social worker. Um, so that kind of gives you the step to say, okay, hey, we don't know any other information outside of, uh, we potentially don't know any other information outside of them just having the issues within the relationship. Um,
Yeah.
and that might kind
Okay.
of prepare our brain to kind of figure out what the next step is going to be.
Yeah. So the first time, that's very important information, and that it's the first time. Perfect. Thank you. Megan, give me something else in the first sentence that's important that we want to make sure we highlight.
Maybe that their primary concern is just that their relationship is not fun.
Yeah. Relationship is not, they're not doing surprise birthday parties in their relationship, Megan. You need to coach them, Megan. And they need to hang out with you and your husband so they can see what fun is. but no COVID. Oh,
Yeah, no, none of that.
COVID is not fun.
Mm-mm.
But, all right. Okay. All right. Second sentence. Second sentence. All right, Thelma, I got to get you. Second sentence. Tell me something that's important in the second sentence. First of all, is there anything in the first sentence that we missed, Thelma?
Can you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
I would say, they're worried about their relationship. Worried.
Well, yeah, they're worried. Okay, so we'll add that. Worried. Okay. All right, so let's go to the second sentence, Thelma. Is there anything in the second sentence that's important that we should highlight?
Yes. They so caught up in the day-to-day worries. And they have time alone. And it continues. Enjoy being together. Not enjoy being together.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. All right. All right. Okay. Miosha, in the third sentence, is there something there that is important that we must like highlight in the third sentence, Miosha? And it's not technically a sentence, it's a question, but still. Well, something that's going to be important to help us find the key.
Short-term approach.
Short-term approach. Yeah, that is very important. It tells us what we're looking for. What else?
Problem solving.
Problem solving approach. Yeah, that's super important. Got it. Okay. Anything else?
Suggest. Or what should the social worker suggest?
Now, why is that important? Just curious.
Because the social worker could maybe try to give their own, I don't know if I'm going too deep, but you want to make sure biases is not in the way or anything like that, and wanting to guide instead of, so you want to provide a suggestion, not a to-do list that may work. Because I'm thinking that the couple should be the experts in what's going on in their life. So suggestions could keep the door open to more options versus this is how it's gonna do and be like just a cookie cutter.
Okay. Okay. All right. I like that. I like where you're going with that. I see what your intentions are with that one. Okay. Let me just add in, Milsha, I want to tag on to what you just said. I think it's important that the social worker is making a suggestion instead of giving like, this is what I need you to do.
Yeah.
In part because it's the first time they're meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, I just met you today. Did I, if we just met, and then it's a working dynamic, bossing you around or giving you, telling you exactly what to do, may not be the most, it's probably a lot easier, a lot better to just say, okay, well, I have some suggestions. I have some ideas. I have some things that can be helpful here. That can be more well received as you build a relationship and rapport. So, yeah, suggestions are good. We like suggestions in this situation. But okay. All right. I want everybody, please, everybody all at once to unmute. We do this once about probably 2 or 3 times a month. And so we're going to do it again. Everybody unmute all together. Everybody, Gloria, unmute. I don't care how loud your kids are being. Everybody repeat after me. This is super important. The key is hidden in the stem. The
The
key
key
is
is
hidden in the stem.
stem.
One more time. The
The
key
key
is
is
hidden
hidden
in the
in the
stem.
stem. All right, you all can mute yourselves again. I am going to trademark that statement. Even if I don't officially do it, I'm going to put the little letters TM next to it and start putting it all over the place because I can't say it enough. The key is hidden in the stem. Joseph, what I mean by that is ASWB, if you ever read some of their paperwork about how they create the exam and how they structure the exam, the stem is this part of the question or the item. They call the whole thing an item. This is called the stem, and then down here is what they call the 3 distractors and the key, right? The 3 distractors and the key. And notice too, sometimes with ASWB now, instead of having 3 distractors, they only have 2 distractors because they tried to adjust the exam a little bit. So some of the exam questions have 3 options instead of 4. I'm not sure if you and if any of you all are up to date on that. But the distractors and the key. But we're focused. So if sure, the actual key is listed down here, but how we find the key is by searching in the stem. And that's why we're highlighting information in the stem. That's why we're focused on the stem. That's why we're paying attention to the stem. Because this is where we're going to find everything we need to then determine the key. All right. All right. Megan.
Yeah.
This is one of the things that you are so good at. Please eliminate one of the 4 choices for us. One of these choices is not going to be the suggestion that we offer. Which one are you eliminating?
Having no fun together until the next session.
That doesn't sound like a great suggestion, does it?
Uh-uh.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes there are certain situations in therapy where you give somebody you tell them to do the opposite of what they're trying to accomplish. But that's a very unique situation in which that calls for that. It's more of a behavior management kind of strategy, and it's usually has to do with children than it does with adults in a relationship. But anyway, so have no fun together until the next session. That's not going to be your suggestion, Megan?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I can see why you would choose that one too. You just had a lot of fun this weekend, so I'm sure having no fun sounds very bizarre. All right. Miosha. Can you know what? Actually, Joseph, I'm gonna switch up. Joseph, can you give me another item of the ABCD choices that you would not suggest?
So next one I wouldn't suggest, given I guess the point and where we are on the question. I would eliminate C, planning an evening out together.
Joseph, why do you hate when couples spend time together?
I don't. I feel
Why
like
are
it's
you
just kind
anti?
of jumping the gun. I feel like, they're trying to understand what's going on exactly, and to plan an evening out together just kind of skips over all of the other important steps that you should probably be going over before you get to that evening out.
Okay, all right. All right. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. All right. So now, thank you, Joseph. I'm maybe
You're doing it
non-committal
again, sir.
there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, let me get my poker face smile. All right. Thank you. I told y'all Thelma holds me accountable. So Joseph, what we want to make sure we're doing though too is what we're doing here is eliminating choices, but keep in mind, everyone here, that just because your peers eliminated a choice, if you love the idea of B or C, that can be your answer. Don't allow for the group to influence what your choice is. And so Joseph and Miosha, because it's your first time here, you're gonna hear what we do to try to ensure everybody's answer is private. Right now, everybody send to me directly in the chat, direct message, not to everyone, but just to me. What would be your suggestion? Send me a letter, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whichever one you like, and send it to me directly. So Thelma just sent me her answer, direct message to me. Send it to me so that everybody else can't see it. Thank you, Megan, for sending your answer. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Neosha. Yep, you did it right. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you, Joseph. All right. All right. So we got everybody's answer. Let's go ahead and pull up the rationale and let's see where we landed. Neosha, can you read the rationale for us all?
Yes, okay. Helping the couple list activities they would enjoy. Key A is the most efficient way to help them solve their presenting problem. Option B is contradictory to what the couple says they want. Option C involves the social worker choosing the activity for the couple. Then option D is not consistent with the couple's presenting problem and the treatment approach.
So, Neosha, tell us what you chose and how you arrived at your answer.
I chose A.
Nice. Well done.
Thank you.
Tell us why.
They're already worried, and this is the first time meeting with them.
Mhm.
I'd rather redirect them to find the joy in their relationship. So they're going to be able to come together and engage listing activities that they enjoy as a couple.
Mhm.
And so it's redirecting their worries to something more positive.
Okay. 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 All right. Thank you for that. Gloria, tell us what answer you chose and how you arrived at it.
Honestly, I just picked an answer because I walked away and came back and you said pick an answer.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you picked because you chose C.
I chose
Planning and
C, yeah. But then after I read the question over, I said, oh, okay, makes sense.
Got you. Got you. Okay. All right. Let's see what all right, let's hear from Megan.
Yeah, I think I chose A because, to Joseph's point, planning an evening out together would be jumping the gun.
Mm,
And I think that that's a short-term activity within the session.
Okay. All right. All right. I like that. That's pretty smart. Joseph, since you were name checked here, tell us what answer you chose and how you arrived at your answer.
I was torn between A and D, and the more I kind of read the question, the more I realized my answer was not correct. I chose D, but that's just me again, maybe moving forward to it to see, kind of asking to see what's going on with you guys. And I think I may have misinterpreted also the answer for them to like the family origin issues. I don't know if they're meaning like just, hey, how long has this been going on within your home? Or if they're talking about like their parents on either side. But I chose D. I was torn between D and A, and I chose D, and I should have gone with A.
So here's a perfect example, Joseph, of the key is hidden in the stem. Can you show me in the stem where they talk about family of origin issues?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Can you show me in the stem where it talks about them not having fun?
Yes.
Are there at least 2 times where it shows that they're not having fun? Right here and right here, where it says no fun and no not enjoying being together.
Yes.
So twice it says in the stem, they're not having fun, they're not enjoying. So wouldn't listing activities that would be enjoyable kind of be the like it's right there. And I'm not, Joseph, I hope you understand. I'm not trying to like call you out, make you feel bad or anything like that. I'm trying to help you grow. Okay?
I appreciate
This
it.
is about growth. Thelma, talk to me.
Um, I got distracted, Jason. I was torn between A and C. So when I saw like listen activities, I'm like, that's a long-term thing. I don't know why my brain was that word activities. And short term was like, okay, plan an evening out together. That's a short term thing. So I was like, okay, let me go with C. I don't know.
Listing activities is something that can happen right there in the session. It can happen right there. You just met, we're sitting down, you're telling me you're not having fun, you're not enjoying being together. Hey, listen, hey, here's a pen, here's a piece of paper. Can you guys go ahead and write out a list? I want you to write them separately, and then let's see and compare both of your lists. Oh my goodness, both of you all put that you enjoy going to the park together for walks. My goodness, that's something y'all both agree on too. Fantastic. Let me see what else you have on that list. Oh, Miosha says her and her husband love to cook dinner together. I mean, he does the shopping, she does the prep, and then they get together in the kitchen and they make the best Texas toast with the bayou shrimp and I don't know what you're making in your house, Miosha, but y'all like cooking together, right? Fantastic. Joseph is like, hey man, me and my lady love to watch a movie on the love seat, and the love seat is called the love seat for a reason. Right? That's where the love goes down. I don't know, whatever, right? And so y'all both, and you make a list, and then boom. I shouldn't make assumptions about wife and husband. I don't know. Maybe somebody here may be married to a same-sex partner. I don't make assumptions there. The point is, you and your spouse, you and your partner, you and your loved one are making these choices. But the thing is, it's about listing activities that you enjoy together as a couple. That's the short-term approach, and it's a problem-solving approach. Problem solving is let's get a solution. Let's get some action right away. Problem solving is a immediate kind of approach. Whereas exploring family of origin issues, that's not immediate. This is why it says in the explanation here that it's not consistent with the presented problem and the treatment approach. If the treatment approach, y'all do understand problem solving is an actual therapeutic technique. That's not just the words problem solving. They're not just using those to say solve a problem. There's an actual therapeutic technique called problem solving that you can learn about and how to do. So, okay. All right. Sounds like we learned a lot with that one. Anybody else have anything else to share about that one before we move on? Any feedback, thoughts on that one? No? Everybody's on the same page. We're all there?